Welcome on board, Suvankar Sen, the MD and CEO at Senco Gold, joining in on the show right now. Mr. Sen, good to have you on the show. And gold prices, much like equities, are at an all-time record high. What could be the impact on jewelry demand?
So, see, it is a very funny situation right now that, we can see the dollar getting stronger, the gold prices are also moving upwards, the equity markets are doing well. So, what you can really understand is that all the asset classes are getting a inflow of funds from various sources. So, the impact that we see on the jewelry industry, we are looking at Akshay Tritiya in the month of May. The festive season starts in April. Many states would be having their New Year's. So consumers in the beginning of the year are all looking forward to buying some amount of gold and diamonds. But what we have seen historically is that every time that the gold prices move up very fast in a very short period of time, there is an impact in terms of quantity. People would have a lot of love for gold, the faith on gold as a commodity and a category would go up. They will be buying, but the quantity will be a little affected because the budgets of the consumers don't go up to the same extent as the prices of gold. And on the other hand, we will also see another trend that we've been seeing over the last 2, 3 years, because see, gold prices were at 57, 58,000 rupees, and today it is close to 70,000 rupees. Is that people for the smaller categories, smaller products are shifting from buying 22 karat gold to buying 14 karat, 18 karat purity gold with diamond jewelry. So that's what's another trend that we should be looking in the coming months.
Aspects. One is demand for jewelry. Now that could be for a marriage, शादी के लिए, engagement के लिए. Those are need based. Second is demand to buy gold, which is you buy a gold coin, you buy a gold chain, you're investing in gold. That time it is more like an investment. Can you quantify for us what is happening in both the categories?
So in terms of investment, we've been tracking not just us. We've been talking to many bullion dealers, and the scrap market has become very active because of the sudden jump in gold prices. We are seeing that a lot of consumers and investors are coming back with their gold, selling it in the scrap market. In terms of spot gold price, in the bullion markets, it's actually selling at a discount because I think everyone is surprised, and this sudden movement of gold price that has moved up unexpectedly in a very short period of time, people are just coming with their old gold. In the last 2 years, if you look at it, we've seen that there has been almost a 25 to 30% increase in terms of consumers' old gold exchange coming to the various jewelry shops also. So in general, we are seeing that consumers are trying to enjoy the benefit of this sudden gold price with the consumers and investors also with the sudden increase in gold price, and they're coming to sell the gold in the market.
Now, your making charges are also a function of underlying prices, right? Higher the prices are, higher making charges are. Is it simple to quantify higher gold prices means better profits and better making charges?
So there are two parts to it. When the sudden gold price increase, yes, it's a percentage of the gold rate, but the objective and intention of a jewelry company becomes that, I must have the consumers coming to the store. So you will end up seeing a lot of discounts and offers because consumers at one end will be happy that yes, the asset that they have stored in their lockers, the prices are going up. Gold cannot be considered as a dead asset anymore, especially what you've seen in the last 4 or 5 years. But at the same time, to keep attracting the consumers, we will have to continue to give discounts and offers. And that is what everyone has been seeing over the last 1, 2 years, that there have been some pressure on the margins. So yes, while the making charges will go up, then at the same time, you will be able to see a lot of discounts and offers also happening parallel.
To know your take, because I know there was that lab grown diamond pilot where you guys opened 2 stores just a couple of days ago. In fact, in the Economic Times, there was an article that said that people aren't still very receptive to lab grown diamonds. A lot of the big players as well are completely staying away from this. Do you think that it will pick up as we have seen overseas, or not really in India?
No, see, the Indian market is still very nascent, but with the pilot projects that have been done, there are consumers coming. People are getting to know. The knowledge for the consumer in general is still at a very low side, and I think it is the responsibility of the industry to gradually make the consumers more educated, more aware about the product. it has its own value. It will be another different new segment, as far as the consumer usage of lab-grown diamond will be there. So I think that while the bigger players have stayed away from the category over a period of time, I'm sure everyone will be exploring, observing, and based on the interest that grows up for the consumer, they would be considering over a period of time. That is what my take on the situation is.
In terms of a demand analysis, is it possible to share with us that which category of, let's say, jewelry is seeing the maximum amount of growth? Is it low end, high end, premium? How does it work when it comes to quantification of the demand?
So one thing that can be very clear is that diamond jewelry as a category is seeing a much higher growth compared to gold jewelry. And if you can analyze it in terms of volume as well as in terms of value, we are seeing, and the reason being that with the increase in gold price, people are interested to buy diamond jewelry, which is comparatively looking more affordable, and the gold that is used for diamond jewelry is lower purity. So therefore, overall, it is fitting in budget. So people have aspiration that, oh, I want to own a diamond jewelry. And also with the westernization, the fashion trends changing, the working women increasing, people having disposable income want to wear jewelry on a daily wear basis. So everything fits in with lightweight and fashion wear and everyday wear diamond jewelry. So that is one category which is clearly standing out compared to, say, gold as a category. Silver also as a product and a commodity, silver utensils and silver jewelry is another category, which is, again, compared to the base is much lower than gold. So that is also seeing another increase in terms of the growth percentages. Lab-grown diamond, again, people are still trying out, again, very low base. And whatever happens, whatever growth happens, everything will look very attractive because the base is so low. Gold as a category, it is really, with the increase in gold price, volumes are bound to take a hit. In terms of value, we will be all looking at, and it is not about now. We have seen a trend for the last 15 years, 20 years. Whenever gold prices jump up, and especially like this, in a very short period of time and in higher increase, people have the purchases, but the budgets don't go up. So value-wise, you will see growth, but volume-wise, one can be clearly looking at not having much of growth.
For the longest time, we've debated that the jewelry segment in India has decisively moved from unorganized to organized.
Yes.
It's a trend which you benefited from. It's a trend in which Titan has benefited from. It's a trend in which Kalyan is benefiting from. Everybody is benefiting from it. How much of that migration has happened, and roughly where does that number stand of organized versus unorganized?
So the CRISIL and various research agencies have come up with their reports, and today organized sector stands at about 40% 60% is unorganized. But again, I think it is changing very fast. The report that came out was maybe a year ago, and if you ask us right now, though the exact figures are not there, but I'm quite certain that 40% of organized is moving up higher than 50%. And it is triggered by two things. One is that players like the names that you've called out, who have been growing chain stores, regional leaders, and people following systems, processes, they have been capturing a chunk of the market. Consumers are preferring brands and people that they can trust. But at the same time, unorganized players are also drastically shifting and becoming more and more organized. And by organized, what we mean is that they are following the processes, systems. Hallmarking has been a factor for converting people from unorganized to organized. GSTs have to be followed, filings have to be done. So I guess that the shift is happening very drastically, and over the next year or two, I won't be surprised if this 40% of organized moves up to almost 60% organized.
Unorganized, which means the pie is very large. All right, Mr. Sen, appreciate your time. So glad you could join us.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.